Washington Grown is made possible by funding from the Washington State Department of Agriculture and the USDA Specialty Crop Block Grant Program, and by the Potato Farmers of Washington. Learn why Washington is home to the world's most productive potato fields and farmers by visiting potatoes.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Goranson and welcome to Washington Grown. Wineries and vineyards all over the state are going to great lengths to make good wine and make sure that their growing practices are good for the planet. In this episode, we learn all about sustainable WA. I'm visiting Seven Hills Vineyard to learn about the Sustainable WA program.
I think that being Sustainable WA shows consumers and the public that we really care about our people in Washington and our land in Washington.
And I'm making a special roasted carrot dish at Latah Bistro in Spokane.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I love it when chefs are surprised. Yeah, not bad.
Then Tomas is at Sagemoor Vineyards meeting Miguel the Man, a vineyard manager with a special award.
If I had my name on a wine bottle, I'd feel pretty special too.
Yeah, I feel special.
All this and more today on Washington Grown. It's a flavorcation for your mouth.
Flavorcation.
I'm just gonna hold on.
You got a long ways to go. Let's
Okay,
go.
sorry. I know, get with it.
You were not kidding about a party of flavors. Wait a minute, where are all my pears?
Eat two, pick one.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stick around a while.
We're changing hearts tonight.
Yes, we are.
Wow, I got work to do.
Yeah, you do.
All right, let's go.
Looking for great food with the vibes to match? Then come on down to Latah Bistro here in Spokane. With a lush patio full of flowers and a romantic and cozy interior, this place is the perfect spot for a relaxing lunch, a night out with friends, or a date night over a tall glass of wine.
Like, this is a place I want to bring my friends. This is a place I just want to hang out and chill. Just very charming and kind of a little cozy spot. Spokane's best secret.
What do people say when they come here for the first time? I didn't know you were here. This is a little
Really?
secret gem hidden away. Owner Susan Shelby has worked tirelessly to make Latah Bistro a destination spot for Spokane. Alongside her team in the kitchen, they're using Washington's bountiful fresh food to take things up a notch.
It's been really inspiring to me watching the kitchen and Chef Dylan source local fresh ingredients in honor of all the farmers that grow those. Using fresh ingredients makes our job easy to put out a really delicious plate that people will remember.
We live just up the road, so it's easy to come down and have a nice meal without driving too far.
Like the farm to table, locally sourced, is really like what brings me back. Good vibes, for sure.
Don't go anywhere because later in the show, Latah Bistro's Chef Dylan and I will be making a special roasted carrot va du vin. Shall we?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna join me?
Yes, I will.
Okay, don't make me eat alone.
Yeah, no.
If you're a wine connoisseur, you most likely already know how amazing Walla Walla is. As one of the best places in the U.S. to grow wine grapes, it's no surprise that the wines coming out of this region are absolutely delicious. Today, I'm at Seven Hills Vineyard to find out how they're growing the perfect wine grapes.
We're looking at 160 acres of some of the best wine grapes in the world, I think.
Sadie Drury is the general manager at North Slope Management. Here in the Walla Walla growing area, winemakers of all kinds take pride in making their vineyards perfect in every way.
Walla Walla in particular is such a special space to grow grapes. We do Syrah really well, we do Cab really well, we do Merlot really well, and a lot more.
But growers like Seven Hills are taking things up a notch. They're involved in a program called Sustainable WA, focusing on making sure that Washington's vineyards are good for more than just growing wine grapes.
Sustainable WA is really an awesome program. It focuses really heavily on all three pillars of sustainability, not just one. So that's taking care of your land, which means doing what's best for the environment, taking care of your people, so the people who work in the vineyard and the people who visit the vineyard, and then taking care of the business. So it's having a business plan that's going to allow the vineyards to have longevity.
One of the ways they take care of the vineyard is how they control pests. Viticulturist Monique Ortiz
is hands-on in the orchard every day, checking the health of the plants and making sure pests are being managed without the use of chemicals whenever possible. Sometimes the natural food chain takes care of itself.
A few years ago, we found spider mite destroyers. They look like a tiny drop of oil on a leaf, and I kept finding it everywhere. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I reached out to our OSU extensionist, Cody Kopp, and he's like, oh, those are spider mite destroyers. They can actually eat about 30 mites a day. So it's really nice to make sure that we're targeting the specific pests so we can keep those beneficials, because they're doing a lot of our job, which is nice.
Another part of sustainable WA involves irrigation.
In all of our vines, we use drip irrigation. This is the best way to irrigate grapevines because you have the least amount of water waste. It's really important to us to continue with drip irrigation and to manage our water responsibly because it is truly the most precious resource we have. Farming grapes is monocropping, so we try to do everything we can in our power to not make it monocropping by letting our vineyard floor grow, maybe be a little more weedy than other places, but also planting pollinator pathways.
Yeah, we seeded an acre of land purely dedicated to pollinators here, so there's a lot of different things growing from poppies to clackias to blue tansies, all things that are really, really good for bees to forage on. This is like their grocery store.
This is, well, I can hear them.
Yeah, and then the flowers here bloom throughout the entire growing season, so as the poppies drop off, another flower may pick up, that it provides food year-round.
It's kind of part of the bigger picture, not just specifically for growing grapes, but for the ecosystem itself.
And it's pretty.
It's really beautiful, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I feel like we should be frolicking or something.
Go ahead and frolic.
Frolic, go ahead.
I think that being sustainable WA shows consumers and the public that we really care about our people in Washington and our land in Washington. You can put that stamp on your bottle. It really is something that consumers can go online, learn about, something we can teach them about to show them that we're doing what's best for everybody.
So the last time Christy and I were together in Walla Walla was 10 years ago for the Walla Walla Sweet Onion Festival. You remember that?
Onion eating contest.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, so this is a little more my speed.
Well, yeah, we thought we would try another commodity that Walla Walla is known for, wine.
Wine. So we're going to learn how to taste some wine here at Gramercy Cellars.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Today, winemaker Brandon Moss is going to show us how it's done, starting with Gramercy's Rosé.
Whenever you're wine tasting, I always like to kind of break down what kind of fruit you're smelling, you know? Citrus fruit, you can be a stone fruit, or you can be a tropical fruit.
I'm smelling citrus.
I think berry was like my first
Is that the hit?
hit, then I thought it was wrong. So.
There's literally no wrong in wine tasting. Smelling what you smell is about you.
What's fun is like it kind of has this nice little pop on the back of my palate.
Yeah, it's got this really bright acidity. It's supposed to be really fresh and light and enjoyable, and that's really kind of what we're going for here. You know?
Me, very refreshing.
Yeah.
Tart at first.
So now we have our 2020 Forgotten Hills Syrah. It retains a lot of kind of like red fruit and black pepper. It's a lighter style of Syrah.
I don't know if I would have thought of pepper had you not said it.
So this is 95% Cabernet Sauvignon and 5% Merlot. It's all from our own estate vineyards in the valley. It's gonna have a more oak impact too. So with Cabernet, we use a little bit of oak. Cabernet has these like really sweet fruit characteristics, and so oak complements Cabernet Sauvignon very well. It's gonna add to those tannins.
That's what I'm smelling.
Yeah, you're probably smelling some of that oak, like chocolatey espresso, caramel, vanilla.
Sounds like a sundae.
Cabernet Sunday. You know, the main thing I would say is don't feel intimidated. There's nothing to be intimidated by. We don't care if you say something that doesn't make any sense. We'll help you to like learn new things. You know what I mean? That's what we want to do. That's like what our job is. That's what we enjoy.
Keep it simple and like what you like.
So what was your favorite out of the three that we tasted?
I enjoyed the rosé. Maybe it's just the time of year, but there was just something really refreshing about it. I really
liked it too. I think I would say the Syrah.
Are we converting you, maybe?
Yeah, I know, right? Cheers.
Cheers.
Yours is empty.
I know.
Oh.
That's okay.
Washington is the second largest wine producing state in the nation. How many wineries do we have? I'll tell you after the break.
Coming up, I'm making a special roasted carrot dish at Latah Bistro in Spokane.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I love it when chefs are surprised. Yeah, not bad.
And we're in the kitchen at Second Harvest, trying Chef Laurent's apple chutney recipe.
Washington has over 1,000 wineries producing more than 17 million cases of wine.
We're back at Latah Bistro in Spokane. Although this restaurant is relatively close to downtown Spokane, its location in the Latah Valley makes it feel like a cozy getaway from the city. With great food and an atmosphere to match, it's keeping people happy and full day in and day out.
Something business casual you can come to, have a cocktail after work, can actually relax, talk with people. It's got a community around it too.
We live just up the road, so it's easy to come down and have a nice meal without driving too far.
A little cozy spot that a lot of people in Spokane don't know about.
We're really a neighborhood restaurant.
Owner Susan Shelby got involved with Latah Bistro after falling in love with it as a customer many years ago. She's worked hard to make this a special spot for the community that surrounds it.
We know a lot of our locals by name, and we have a lot of regulars that have been coming and dining with us since inception. And I'm one of those. I used to come down here with the original chef.
The vibe is just friendly. Like, this is a place I want to bring my friends.
The food is great. Pizzas are phenomenal.
And the wine. The wine is amazing.
Being in Spokane, Washington, we of course like to have a lot of the Washington local wines. I've personally spent a lot of time in Walla Walla. It's been really fun to have that personal relationship and connection with those vineyards. It just makes picking wine a little more fun.
I like that they have a variety and they have a fresh sheet every week when you come in, so there's different wines to choose from. So it kind of opens you up to trying new kinds. And everybody that works here is really knowledgeable about types of wine.
What are we going to make today? Dylan is going to do a roasted carrot va du vin. Yes.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds
It's
great.
delicious, yes. It's aromatic and full of fresh herbs and wonderful spices and curry. And we paired with some of our favorite Washington wines, the Dunham Cellars Rosé and then the Cimbal Sauvignon Blanc from Long Shadows.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm excited.
It's going to be fun.
So we're going to be making a va du vin curry with labna and pistachio duca.
You will explain all
Yes.
of that as we go, because those are words that I have no idea.
You're just going to make your first cut, and then you're going to quarter turn it, and then another 45 degree.
What the heck? What am I doing wrong?
I don't think you're doing anything wrong, so
Here. There.
perfect.
Perfect. I mean, they're carrots, right?
Yes.
Next, we tear up some mint, basil, fennel fronds, and pea shoots. Then we roast the carrots on low heat for 45 minutes with olive oil and some seasoning. Now it's time for the va du vin butter.
So this is butter that is infused with shallots, garlic, a bunch of ginger, toasted spices.
That's like the best smelling butter
Yeah.
I have ever smelled before.
So here I have some labna, which is a strained yogurt. It's seasoned with lemon zest and salt.
Creamy yogurt with roasted carrots.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
no,
the
it's delicious.
perfect combination.
It is.
These are definitely not the ones that I cut.
I just have some golden raisins that I plumped up in a simple syrup that was infused with oranges, rosemary, and ginger. I have some pistachio duca that will just give it a little crunch. Duca is a Middle Eastern condiment consisting of nuts, toasted spices, and sesame seeds.
Learning so many new words.
Yeah. And to finish, our herbs that we picked.
Okay.
And there's no rhyme or reason
Yeah,
to
just
this,
kinda
just
build it.
over the top.
And we're done.
And that's it.
That is so gorgeous. We have some Walla Walla wines to pair it with.
So here we have a rosé from Dunham Cellars.
Awesome.
And here we have a Sauv Blanc from Long Shadow. They will pair very nicely with the curry.
And we love our Walla Walla wines. Shall we?
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Shall we? You're gonna join me?
Yes, I will.
Okay, don't make me eat alone. This is always the hard part, is finding a bite where I can gracefully put it in my mouth.
Yeah, trying to get the perfect bite. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I love it when chefs are surprised. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh my gosh, the carrots are so sweet. And that butter adds something exotic, I guess.
Right.
Kind of what I'm tasting.
Yeah, it's not spicy. It's a mild curry. So it pairs nicely with the sweetness of the carrots, like you said.
It's a hearty dish.
It is, yes.
And I think that's why the wine works so well with it.
Pairs nicely. It keeps you wanting more.
I could eat this any time of day.
Yeah.
To get the recipe for Latah Bistro's roasted carrot va du vin, visit us at wagrown.com. Coming up, Tomas is at Sagemoor Vineyards meeting Miguel the Man, a vineyard manager who received special recognition.
If I had my name on a wine bottle, I'd feel pretty special too.
Yeah, I feel special.
Here in Pasco, acres and acres of vineyards are heavy with grapes all headed to the same place, a delicious bottle of Washington wine. Here at Sagemoor Vineyards, brand ambassador Kent Walliser knows that the history of these grapes plays a huge role in what makes them so great.
We are located right now at two of our vineyards, Bacchus and Dionysus, both planted in 1972 and 73.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So some of the oldest vines in the state of Washington in production, they'll be here after I'm gone. They will.
So how long have you worked here?
I'm going to 45 years.
45 years?
They can fire me, so I'm still here today.
Miguel Rodriguez started pruning nectarines for Sagemoor many years ago. Today, he's become a celebrated vineyard manager. So I understand that you actually have a particular wine named after you.
Yeah, the company gave me that privilege, and it's called Miguel the Man.
Miguel the Man?
Which has been more harder to make it better now with my name on it, because everybody has my face right there, you know.
Right, exactly.
So easy, like, yeah.
It better be good.
Yeah, very good, you know.
So I found some Merlot and Cab Franc, blocks that he had planted in 97. We sat around after it was made and talked about what are we going to call it. And we kept talking about Miguel and his impact on the vineyard. Finally, somebody said, why don't we just call it Miguel the Man?
It's like a word from my company, recognition, my hard work that I put into the company all these years.
But before we can see what a bottle of Miguel the Man is all about, we have to see where it's made. Director of winemaking Aaron Morrell is at the start of the busy season because making wine doesn't happen on its own.
We're just receiving the first bit of fruit, so that fruit will be here bright and early in the morning. So it's really kind of the beginning of our busiest part of harvest. Hopefully you see how clean everything is. You know, the guys spend a tremendous amount of time cleaning. We probably spend more time cleaning than anything else in the building. Sagemoor is more a story of vineyards and in places than anything. You know, I get the luxury of making wine from some of the most historic vineyards in the state. You know, for us, the beauty is you got to grow something. You then cultivated that into a dedicated crop that you get to distill down into a product that in the end, 2, 3, 4 years down the road, you get to enjoy.
All right, let's see what Miguel the Man is all about. Miguel the Man! That is pretty cool, man.
Thank you.
I mean, really, like you said, it is an award. I mean, if I had my name on a wine bottle, I'd feel pretty special too.
Yeah, I feel special. You know.
It's very fruity, it's bright.
This wine, you don't have it to drink it, you know that's good. Right. Just by the smell.
Right, seriously.
You really tell, you know.
Well, if the smell is making me smile. Yeah. All right, cheers, brother.
Cheers. All right.
It's got some spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you.
Yeah.
It's really rich and robust. Ah, Miguel the Man. How many bottles of this do you have at home?
I got a 12-pack right now. I need to ask my boss for more. I guess I need to start charging.
That's right.
For this, yeah.
This is a true testament to not only Sagemoor, but to the work that you and all of your workers are doing here.
Yeah, thank you.
Gracias.
De nada. Pleasure.
Down in Walla Walla, the scenery can only be described as gorgeous. With majestic hills covered in vineyards and wheat, the scenery is almost magical. Add in a nice glass of Washington wine, and you've got a perfect day. I'm meeting with marketing coordinator S12E4 at Echolands Winery. Sitting here in the tasting room, the wine is perfect, and so is the view.
It's like you can see a wheat field, you can see some vineyards.
Walla Walla on steroids, right? Yeah. We're sitting on 340 acres of what was a wheat farmed property. There are some grapes on this property, but not a lot. We were going to plant this in 2025, but we're really focused on the soil being as good as it can be, and we're not in a hurry. We want to do it right.
Yeah.
Good soil and living soil is really the keystone of regenerative farming. And so making sure that the soil is healthy is where it all starts.
But Echolands isn't waiting around in the meantime. Using some grapes from other vineyards like Seven Hills, they're making some amazing wines.
This is our 2023. A Pet Nat is a natural sparkling wine. You've got bubbles like a champagne, but this is not the champenois method. This is the natural way to age a wine, which is in the bottle. Let's cheers and have a sip.
Let's do it. That's delicious. Really easy to drink, like with the bubbles. Gentle.
Dangerously easy.
Yes.
Another part of regenerative farming is water savings. In order to reuse water, they're using something less glamorous than wine.
All the water runoff from the production facility goes down to a filtration system at the bottom of this hill, goes through this incredible worm filtration system. You can take a peek in here. There are earthworms in here, you can see. This is actually also gonna eventually be used for composting. I don't wanna say the ugly side of winemaking, but the not as glamorous side, if you will. We use that water in the wine production, you know, because when you're going through harvest and you're spraying out 1,000-gallon tanks and doing things like that, you really are. You're using a lot of water. This is the water that's filtering down and being clean that goes back up to water those vines. We're proud to be stewards of this land, and it's just a benefit that we get to make great wine.
I know.
Have you guys come try it.
Well, it showed. Thank you for the tour and
of course,
everything.
You'll have to come back and have some wine.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
We are in the kitchen at Second Harvest Food Bank in Spokane, where we get to taste some wonderful recipes created by Chef Laurent Zarate. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Anytime you invite me with a glass of wine,
I know,
I'm
we lured
ready
you
to be
in.
here.
We lured you in, right?
Cheers. Santé.
Santé.
Salud.
Santé. There we go. And this is a Sauv Blanc from Arborcrest, which is here in Spokane, and we've featured them on our show before. We learned sort of how to taste, which was really fun.
All the way down in Walla Walla.
Yeah.
So what did you learn?
What did we learn, Christy? We got to learn.
The earliest in the days.
It was
the better,
there was some swirling happening and some
the nose
happening.
Yep, some kind of swishing around the mouth, aerating.
Yeah, and
so what do you smell in that wine, for example? Citrus. So very much
it is
so.
bright.
Yes,
very bright.
Peach citrus.
Yeah,
it's very typical for Sauvignon Blanc to go in that direction.
And so wine is always good with maybe some cheese and some crackers and some other things, right?
Oh, yes, exactly. I'm glad we have the white wine because a lot of people think that cheese should be eaten with red wine, but not all cheese. The acidity of the white wine cuts that
richness?
That richness of the goat cheese and the strength of the goat cheese. It's more palatable. It's better. It's much better.
So we're going to showcase Washington apples.
Yep.
With some apple chutney.
Chutney, a
is
little
a recipe of yours.
Exactly, that you can use on your charcuterie board.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, let's take a look and see how we make it.
Let's do it.
awesome. Did you check out those knife skills?
Oh, I know. So
Definitely not my knife skills.
we teach that at the college, and that's a perfect brunoise. It's called a brunoise. The little
cubes?
Brunoise.
It looks beautiful.
I
Would you
believe
eat
that,
it just plain on a cracker or
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
just,
good. Try it plain and then put some other stuff on it.
Or
But
just out of the bowl.
I didn't expect it to be sweet. I expected it to have more of that vinegary bite that I would get from a
More
chutney.
acidic, yes.
But this is very just sweet and delicious.
So you gotta be careful when you drink or taste wine with the vinegar. That will kill the taste, the flavor of your wine. Anything really creamy is great with white wine because that will settle that richness, like you said, the fat, in your palate. Beautiful.
Are we fans?
Divine.
Divine. I love it.
And if you feel like you're too fancy for a chutney, no, come on. This is perfect. This is a way to impress the friends and family.
Absolutely.
So I think the balance with the sweetness of the chutney goes very well with that charcuterie.
Thank you for sharing. This
My
is
mouth is
delicious.
happy.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, indeed.
Cheers.
To get the recipe for Chef Laurent Zarati's apple chutney, visit us at wagrown.com.
The next time you raise a glass of Washington wine, make a toast to the growers and winemakers for putting that extra effort into every bottle. That's it for this episode of Washington Grown. We'll see you next time.